The decision-making process. Decision-making is a process and it follows 6 steps just like planning. The first step is to recognize the need for decision or change. Identifying the problem begins a deeper search to specify the problem in terms of performance. This is done by comparing current performance with both past and future performance. This is only the beginning of diagnosis. There is a need to diagnose more than a general performance issue. The problem should be specified further. To determine the source and reason of a problem, ask, is there a difference between what is and what should be happening? Can this deviation be described or pinpointed? What is the cause of the deviation? Can these causes be addressed or are they outside of a manager's influence? What specific goals should be met? Which of these goals are absolutely necessary for success of the organization and the decisions to be made? A key point to identifying the need for a decision is not only identifying problems within the organization, but also shortcomings where improvements could be made. Knowing this, it may be important to benchmark performance with other firms as well as the future of the firm. This may inform the diagnostic process as well. Do other firms cope with similar problems in a different way? Decision-making is an opportunity to change and create a positive future for an organization. Step 2 takes creativity, as there are always more alternatives to consider. In the second step, generally the alternatives will come from 2 sources: ready-made solutions and custom solutions. Ready-made solutions are ideas that have been used before. These can be internal or offered by a third-party firm. Custom solutions are new and creative solutions that are specific not only to the problem but also the organization. When generating alternatives, it is important to think of the other parties involved in the outcomes: employees, customers, suppliers, and competitors. While the alternative solutions should be feasible, you must compare them without biases based on past experiences and the solutions of firms similar to yours. Then take a step further to see how these parties will react to the outcomes of a decision. This second step of analysis is important and can separate managers in terms of ability to make good decisions. When evaluating the alternatives, compare the advantages and disadvantages of each. Check for the criteria of practicality, legality, economic feasibility, and ethicalness. Starting points of comparison and analysis. Is our information about alternatives complete and current? Can we get more information? Does the alternative meet our primary objectives? What potential problems may arise in implementing this alternative? Additionally, managers need to identify contingency plans in case of unexpected happenings to counteract negative reactions and possible shifts in the environment. Firms should consider 4 scenarios when comparing alternatives and contingency plans: legality, ethicalness, economic feasibility, and practicality. Legality. Does the alternative violate a law or regulation? Ethicalness. Is the alternative ethical based on organizational values for all stakeholders and affected parties? Acknowledge downstream effects of all decisions. Economic feasibility. Is the alternative economically feasible and sustainable? Given the performance goals of the firm, can this alternative be fully carried out? A cost-benefit analysis is useful to determine the financial net returns of an alternative. Practicality. Is the organization capable? That is, do they have adequate capabilities and resources required to carry out this alternative? Does it sacrifice some goals for others? Does the alternative threaten the attainment of other organizational goals? The next step is to rank the alternatives against the weaknesses and strengths and make an informed decision based on substantial information. Attempt to maximize the available information even though it is nearly impossible to have all information. A warning is to avoid paralysis by analysis where too many scenarios are considered and not enough time is given to actually implementing a decision. This can be a form of procrastination and is dangerous and a waste of firm resources. 3 decision strategies are common when making the choice and are dependent on the needs of the organization. Satisficing finds the first solution that meets a minimum criterion. This can be useful when time pressure is high or the decision has very low stakes, as it conserves resources. Maximizing is the effortful process of deciding on the best possible outcome for one goal. It finds the most benefit at least cost option, but it takes time for thorough analysis. This is useful for major decisions. Optimizing is the middle ground that attempts to achieve the best possible balance between several goals, including time and resource use. For example, optimizing will consider all aspects of a new product such as quality and cost of production, rather than simply and absolutely making the best possible product. Step 5 is the implementation of the decision. When implementing the decision, lower level or middle managers will make follow-up decisions when the stakes are lower, or follow-up decisions require someone who is closer to the process. Top managers should empower the middle management to be responsible and accountable for their performance and incentivize performance. Follow-up checks may be required to ensure the decision was carried out appropriately. Additionally, top managers need to approve the use of organizational resources to the implementation. They may need to revisit the decision and listen to managers when problems arise. 1. Determine how things will look when fully operational. 2. Order the steps with a flow diagram to achieve the desired outcome. 3. List the resources and activities required to implement each step of the flow. 4. Estimate the time scale for each step in the flow. 5. Assign responsibility for each step or activity to specific teams or individuals. Evaluating the decision takes time. Once the outcome is realized, managers should collect data related to the decision, particularly quantifiable information. Success can be measured against past performance, successful outcomes can be applied elsewhere, or negative outcomes can be adjusted and learned from. Feedback is crucial at this stage in the process. Learning from lower-level managers is important to create a programmed, systematic decision process for the organization as a whole. Additionally, custom solutions can be made into ready-made solutions and potentially start new businesses. Don't repeat poor decisions. Don't regret them. Learn and move on.